This is one of the most advanced animatronics that Universal Studios has ever created. And today we're going to tell you about it and many more fantastic animatronics. Hi, I'm Walt, and I'm joined by Will Engel to talk about some fantastic Universal Studios animatronics that we have never covered in this channel before. Don't forget to subscribe and check out this sneak peek of something very exciting that's coming soon.
Bumblebee. Universal Studios Beijing. We all know Universal loves their Transformers franchise. It's one of their biggest moneymakers in terms of merchandise, movies, and theme parks. So it's no surprise that almost every Universal park has a Transformers ride. But did you know there's an entire land dedicated to Transformers? When Universal Studios Beijing opened in 2021, it brought the first and only land dedicated to this franchise. It features various shops, restaurants, and of course, attractions, like the Decepticoaster, and the famous dark ride, Transformers Battle for the Allspark, which we personally love. But while this ride is packed with action and is extremely entertaining, it doesn't have a single animatronic, even in this new version. Fans might be disappointed to learn that there's a Transformers land without any robots, but fortunately, that's not entirely true. In this land, there's a small ride called Bumblebee Boogie that features a full-sized Bumblebee animatronic. The ride is quite simple, similar to Disney Parks teacups, but with the main attraction being a gigantic Bumblebee animatronic in the middle, who's working as the ride's DJ. The premise of the ride is that Bumblebee is called by Ratchet, an Autobot medic, to assist him in a medbay test. But as usual, Bumblebee gets distracted and decides to throw a DJ set to entertain us with his mixes. One of the reasons why this character is so lovable, to be honest. The Bumblebee animatronic is incredible. And although the ride itself is simple, seeing a Transformer in real life and not just in CGI is a real treat. We don't have specific information on who was commissioned to create this animatronic, since Universal often commissions their rides in animatronics, despite having their internal team. So it's very probable that this animatronic was created internally by Universal Creative. This animatronic is very large and super dynamic, one of the best in the park, alongside the Jurassic World animatronics we discussed in our previous video. We've left the link if you want to check them out. Snowball. Universal Studios Hollywood. In our video about the best dark rides, we discussed this ride and its more than 64 animatronics, designed by Universal Creative and Life Formations together. These animatronics range from very simple to more complex ones, like Snowball. The ride is a marvel for any animatronics fan, because the animatronics begin in the queue, and it actually has one of the most advanced animatronics there. The Snowball animatronic that we see in the queue is not only advanced, but interactive too. He cracks jokes with guests before the ride begins. However, we didn't mention that the teams also created an even more interactive animatronic to entertain the area outside the ride. At Otto's Toy Building, on the rooftop, Snowball comes out as an interactive animatronic during different times of day. This animatronic is controlled by puppeteers and interacts with guests passing by, asking them questions and talking with them. The facial movements and lip syncing make it incredibly realistic and super cute. It's one of the best meet and greets in Universal Parks. The first time we saw it, we couldn't believe that Snowball was actually there, interacting with guests. Universal did a fantastic job including this detail in the land, and Life Formations did an incredible job creating this animatronic. Have you ever seen or interacted with Snowball? Let us know in the comments. Baby Velociraptor. Universal Studios Orlando. Universal Studios parks are filled with animatronic creatures, especially dinosaurs. And we've covered almost all of them, like the Spinosaurus in Japan, the battle between the Indominus Rex and T-Rex in Jurassic World Adventure in Beijing, and the evolution of different Jurassic Park attractions. You can check out our video on the evolution of Jurassic Park rides linked here. It's definitely worth it. However, there's a small yet delightful animatronic that we've never covered, and many people miss out on this experience simply because they don't know it exists. Among all of the options available at Universal Studios, the Discovery Center is one of the best places to relax, escape the heat, and learn a bit about dinosaurs, and of course, feel like you're in the movie. When the Discovery Center opened in 1999, it featured several activities. Some of these remain, such as the DNA sequencer, the dinosaur egg scanner that allows visitors to learn more about dinosaur eggs, and the dinosaur trivia. However, over time, some features have been lost, like the Stegosaurus experience, where a visor attached to the dinosaur lets you see how it perceived its surroundings, or the T-Rex head movement. Today, these dinosaurs are still there, but no longer move. And the Stegosaurus has a hollow space where the visor used to be. So if you ever wondered why the space was there, now you know. But without a doubt, the highlight of this area is the experience of seeing a velociraptor hatch. In the nursery area, you can see several dinosaur eggs incubating, just like in the movie where life finds a way. Periodically, an expert will inform visitors that a baby dinosaur is about to hatch. Suddenly, one of the eggs breaks open, and you can witness a baby dinosaur emerging. The animatronic breaks the egg into pieces and moves around. What's incredible is that the tiny dinosaur is removed from the base and brought closer to the audience for a better view. This is such a cute animatronic. This little show is a hidden gem for fans of animatronics and dinosaurs, and that's why we decided to include it on the list. Pinocchio, Universal Studios, Orlando. Back in July 2023, Universal announced that they would open a land based on DreamWorks animation character. The land replaced what used to be the Woodpecker's Kid Zone, and it opened in June 14, 2024. This colorful new area features attractions, character meet and greets, interactive play areas, and a live show inspired by DreamWorks Animation's most beloved characters from Shrek, Trolls, and Kung Fu Panda. One of these areas is Shrek Swamp for little ogres. The area is, just as it sounds, a play zone for little kids. It features 4 slides, a wet play zone with water cannons, bouncy rope net bridges, a colorful playground, and Shrek's outhouse slide. But there is a particular detail that we find very cool in this area. If you look closely, you can find a not-so-hidden animatronic. Go to Pinocchio's Fact Shack, where you can push a button and hear Pinocchio's not-so-truthful tales. Not only that, but whenever he shares his fanciful, fabricated facts with you, his nose grows. This might not be the most advanced animatronic, but we love these kinds of details, and seeing new animatronics is always fantastic. Big Bug, Universal Studios, Orlando. In our previous video, we covered some of the history of the Men in Black ride in detail, but we intentionally left out one gigantic detail for this video. And when we say gigantic detail, we mean it. Men in Black Alien Attack is the ride with the most animatronics in all of the Universal parks, having over 120 alien animatronics. It is such a great ride that it was awarded a The Award for Outstanding Achievement in 2001. The animatronics for this ride were created by AVG, ASI, and Advanced Animatronics, and Neville Page was responsible for designing more than half of the aliens in this ride, including the main villain, Big Bug. This gigantic creature is one of the most impressive and memorable animatronic figures in the Men in Black ride. The character is inspired by Edgar from the first movie, and is based on a massive cockroach, measuring 30 feet tall and feet wide. Its teeth are 8 feet long, and its claws reach 20 feet in length. Believe it or not, this animatronic has many movements and is designed to interact with visitors, serving as a sort of final boss at the end of the ride. What's interesting about this encounter is that Big Bug is immune to the standard laser gun shots, so participants must press a special red button to activate the subatomic thermonuclear disruptor and defeat the alien. This animatronic is one of the most incredible within Universal Studios, and since the ride's opening, it has always been praised for its innovation and quality. Let's hope Universal doesn't commit the crime of retiring it, but instead continues to maintain and modernize this true classic. Bruce, Universal Studios Japan. Bruce is a favorite on this channel. We've talked about the animatronics of Jaws extensively, from their evolution in the movies to their history in the parks. But surprisingly, we've never covered the only Jaws ride that still exists in the world today. In 2001, Jaws the ride opened at Universal Studios Japan. And luckily for all fans, this ride is still operational. The ride is practically a clone of the one at Universal Studios, with some differences. For instance, we personally believe the shark in this version looks 1,000 times more intimidating than the original, and moves much more aggressively. This makes sense since the animatronic for this ride was developed by MTS, a company specializing in test and simulation systems. MTS provides advanced testing and measurement solutions to evaluate the performance performance and reliability of vehicles, aircraft, civil structures, biomedical materials, and other industrial products. Besides their work on Jaws the Ride at Universal Studios Japan, MTS has been involved in other theme park projects, including the launch system for the Incredible Hulk coaster, the ride systems for the Cat in the Hat and Men in Black Alien Attack at Universal Orlando, and the animatronic dinosaurs in Jurassic Park River Adventure at Islands of Adventure. Our ride begins on a boat piloted by a skipper who takes us on a tour of Amity Island. Initially, we pass by Chief Brody's house and other businesses. Suddenly, a distress call over the radio interrupts our journey with terrifying screams. We then see another tour boat completely destroyed, and in the distance, we spot the perpetrator of this attack, a gigantic great white shark. What's incredible about this scene is that we don't just see the shark's fin, but the entire semi-submerged body, which gives a horrifying sensation, especially if you suffer from submechanophobia. The shark continues to approach the boat, and the skipper tries to shoot it, but misses, forcing him to hide us in a boathouse, thinking we'll be safe. However, this is far from true, because this is where one of the most terrifying encounters with an animatronic occurs. First, the shark starts tearing apart the boathouse, and to make matters worse, our boat suffers a mechanical failure. Just as our boat starts functioning again, the enormous animatronic shark lunges at our boat from the water, coming within inches of us. Seeing this animatronic over the water in such a confined space is simply insane. Additionally, the power of the systems creates massive waves in the water. As we leave the boathouse, the terrifying shark attacks us again, emerging with great force from the water. This animatronic is probably one of our favorites in the world. Suddenly, the gas station beside us catches fire due to a stray bullet. The water fills with flames, and our boat has to pass through the burning water. We finally see a small dock and next to it, an electric station. Our skipper gets the idea to use the cables to electrocute the aggressive beast. The plan is a success, and the shark is electrocuted. But not before launching one last attack, now completely charred. Poor shark, but that's what you get for being so grumpy. We are very happy that this ride continues to exist and bring thrills to fans, and we would love to visit it soon. How to Train Your Dragon Animatronics. Ever since How to Train Your Dragon came out, we have dreamed of being able to see Toothless up front. So having a Toothless attraction has always been a dream for us. And for a while, this was possible. Because in 2019, Universal Studios Hollywood had a special Toothless meet and greet. But we won't go into that because this is a video about animatronics. So, back to the video. Back in 2013, the How to Train Your Dragon Arena Spectacular debuted in Australia. This fantastic show was created by the amazing Creature Technology, who have created other shows like Walking with Dinosaurs or the Jurassic World Exhibition. So of course, when DreamWorks Animation decided that they wanted to bring their film to life, they looked at Creature Technology to do so. The epic show has so many astounding and lifelike animatronics that you would feel in the Isle of Burke itself. The company designed and built 30 creatures ranging in scale from the size of a dog to the size of a bus, some walking and others surprisingly flying overhead. Not all of them are animatronics, but they are all seriously impressive. The show is a retelling of Hiccup and Toothless' story, and the events seen in the movie. The dragons breathe fire, fly, and move around the arena as if they were real. And Toothless is such an advanced creature that it had over 50 axes of movement. The show sadly didn't last as long as we would like. It had some dates in Australia and New Zealand, then it toured the United States and Canada between June 2012 and January 2013. But it was cancelled in favor of taking the show to China, where it premiered in July 2014. And after a few dates in China, it closed forever. Thankfully, this was not the last show based on this film that we can find. And the second one was also created by Creature Technology. You see, Universal Studios parks team up with Creature Technology very frequently. They have created animatronics for rides like Jurassic World Adventure, the Velocicoaster, and Skull Island Reign of Kong. But this time, they teamed up for another show. This show is untrainable, and you can find it in the Hollywood Boulevard area of Universal Studios Beijing. It opened along with the park back in 2021, and it tells the story of how Hiccup and Toothless attempt to train a new dragon in the village, with the help of Astrid and her dragon, Stormfly. The show is fantastic, and in our opinion, the dragon's designs for this show are even cuter than the ones before. Untrainable show is about 20 minutes long, and and it uses state-of-the-art technologies. Multiple large high-flying over-the-audience, animated dragons, spectacular automated scenery, surround projection mapping, stunning lighting, extraordinary costumes, numerous special effects, and breathtaking stunts. Another huge win for Universal. And the best news about this show? Universal has announced that it is going to be featured in the upcoming Isle of Berkland at Epic Universe. And of course, in this area, we will find lots of new animatronics based on this franchise, with all new attractions and shows coming. We can't wait until the park opens and we get to see all the new things it has to offer. Upcoming animatronics. Epic Universe. And speaking about Epic Universe, this park is going to be mind-blowing. If you want us to create a video showcasing everything that has been announced for the park, leave us a comment letting us know. But right now, we're only going to talk about the animatronics. As we discussed, we know that the How to Train Your Dragon Untrainable show is coming to the park. So those are some of the animatronics that are confirmed. Another area of the park is the Wizarding World Ministry of Magic area, which will feature the Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry dark ride. This ride looks very promising, with rumors of having full-scale animatronics of the characters and some magical beasts. But honestly, the land that has us more excited than anything else in this park is the Dark Universe land. As huge fans of the classic Universal monsters, we couldn't believe it when this land was announced. The land promises to have it all. Monster meet and greets, spooky stores, terrifying eateries, and even a burning mill. But the best things about this land are the attractions. We have Curse of the Werewolf, a spinning roller coaster where you board a wagon which takes you deep into the forest to be able to escape the werewolf. And of course, the star of the show, Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein Experiment. This ride has been called by Universal the scariest ride they have ever created, and it looks like they're going to deliver. The ride is set inside the Frankenstein Manor, where Dr. Victoria Frankenstein, the great-great-granddaughter of Henry Frankenstein, has continued to follow in her family's footsteps of monster making. But this time, she is attempting to bring all of the legendary monsters under her control and harness their power. The dark ride is going to bring us up close to iconic figures, such as the Wolfman, the Mummy, the creature from the Black Lagoon, the Brides of Dracula, and more. But something goes wrong when Dracula breaks free and unleashes his fury. Universal has said that this ride has the most technologically advanced animatronics that they have ever created, and we can't wait to see them in action. They have shared the sneak peek of the Wolfman animatronic, and it looks fantastic. Look at those fluid movements. The ride is going to be terrifying and very impressive. And if you, like us, want to visit these or any other Universal animatronics, start planning your next vacation. Our friends at PixieVacations.com will help you plan your perfect vacation to Universal Studios Hollywood, Universal Studios Orlando, Universal's Islands of Adventure, and pretty soon, Epic Universe, specifically tailored to your vacation style and budget. And working with a Pixie is completely free. So talk with them to make the best out of your next theme park vacation.